All right, folks, welcome back to Winter Pride 2022. HUDS is back. We have more wonderful Sonic action for you. We have now Sonic 3D in 2D. I'm going to let y'all explain exactly what that means.
Thank you very much, Scarlett. Hello, everyone. Great to be back. Yes, this is Sonic 3D in 2D. As the name suggests, you may remember this game that came out on the Sega Genesis and also on the Sega Saturn called Sonic 3D Blast. Well, this reimagines that as a 2D game. This is a fan game made by Sotanuk, who also made the Chaos mod that we just used in Sonic 3 Air. And it's a very interesting game, to say the least. Before we get into that, I just want to welcome along my fantastic commentator. What was it they referred to you earlier as? Something speedy Sonic from the Scottish Highlands. Welcome, Arg.
I'm from the Highlands. I remembered.
The Highland Hedgehog.
The Highland Hedgehog, that was it.
Don't try and change the subject. I've seen what you two both did. You both said 2D. I'm a child.
Oh, love it. Welcome, Arg. It's good to have you here, buddy.
Thank you for the invite, buddy. You're going to need all the luck in the world, aren't you?
I really am. So what I will say before we get underway with this game, as I said, this is a fan game. It reimagined Sonic 3D Blast as a 2D side-scrolling Sonic game. The one thing to say about it is it's exceptionally difficult. It's a great speed run. It's really fun. It hooks you and keeps you here. But there are like hazards everywhere, and this has a tendency to either go really good or really bad, which is why the estimate is what it is, just in case. But without further ado, let's get this thing underway. Are you ready?
I'm ready, buddy.
Let's get going. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yeah. All right. So Sonic 3D and 2D means we're going to see all the levels from the classic game Sonic 3D Blast, starting off with Green Grove. Now, something that's really cool about this one that you're not actually going to see because we're going to go too fast and we're going to get all the rings for it anyways, you do actually have all 7 Chaos Emeralds right now and can transform into Super Sonic. But we don't get enough rings to actually do it. HUDS, though, knows the route exactly where he needs to go, and he's going to head over to the first boss, which is going to be ridiculously hard. It is going to be our buddy here, Silver Sonic. Now, HUDS is going to try really hard to try and get the first hit on the boss. The boss is then going to move from side to side on the screen, and HUDS is going to try and juggle on top of there. So there's Silver right there, going to get the emerald spinning away, but we're going to see if HUDS can get the hit here. Let's see what
Oh, we went the wrong way.
Well, that's not going to start there. So there we go. Straight on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 5. Gets round. 6.
Take the backups.
7.
Come here, you.
Oh, come here.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, so for some reason he went to the right-hand side of the screen. He should have gone all the way to the left-hand side of the screen, which would have given me the setup. So I had to kind of play it a little bit. This is what I mean by the game can be very hard and very punishing if you get anything even slightly wrong. But it's fine. It's all good. We're on to Green Grove 2.
Yeah. So just like any other classic Sonic game here, we do have our stages split up into their acts. But this time, instead of it being like 3D Blast where you get 2 acts and then a boss stage, we do get our bosses at the end of each of the stages here. So we're going to see HUDS do a number of different strats here. One of the main strats, of course, is our spin dash moving, because spin dashing is very, very important. Makes you go really fast when it comes through to doing all the stuff that we need to do. We're going to dodge these lovely little enemies as well. Those are our spike ball enemies. If they hit you, it's a pain in the butt. But we don't have to worry about that. Spin dashing up the hill, jumping through, dodging all the things. Keeping that spin dash going. Oh, no, you had to break that one. Yeah, you had to bring that one back.
Yeah.
Not getting enough speed to get over there. You do not want to fall down here. You are trying to go up. And if you fall down the bottom, there are a set of a lot of springs. Now we're going to do Damage Boost the Boss, the video game, where we're going to try and do damage boosting until the boss drops his giant steel ball, and then we get rid of that. But the giant steel ball may look familiar from the Sonic games, which is nice because Sotanuk's done a really good job here at bringing those 3D bosses from 3D Blast and putting them down into a 2D form. He also makes it ridiculously hard, though, because that boss killed every one of us when we played it the first time.
Yeah, do you want to quickly talk about iframes, Arg, in this game?
They don't exist.
No, they don't. Not really.
There's like you get like maybe maybe about 2 seconds of iframes, and then it's gone. In a rusty ruin here, we are deliberately going backwards because there is a quicker route through this stage, starting backwards. And we're going to see HUDs deliberately slowing down, going down in the bottom route here, spin dashing over the water, breaking a barrier, and then going to head down towards the area. Of course, this is rusty ruin. That means we're going to get fun with the little spinny platforms. Now we're going to continue with the momentum from a spin dash, doing the ballerina dancing spin to break through those pillars after the third one, immediately jumping to stay on the top route here. So we see Knuckles pointing at the area where we need to go, baiting HUDs right into that spike ball. So down the bottom,
being mean.
Yep. Up you go. All the way up the top there. Again, Knuckles pointing in the direction you're going. There's Vector the crocodile trying to snap away. The game's going to get really hard soon. Do not go too fast. You will get crushed by that wall. And then the level is complete. Or is it? Dun dun dun.
Dun dun.
Sup, Fang, you troll. So HUDs here are going to take out Fang. Fang has a Chaos Emerald. HUDs needs to make sure to get the hit, and then on the underside we get the bomb. We're going to jump over the bomb's explosion to get the hit on Fang as Fang jumps up with the gun, because of course Fang is the only one who can use gun. Sorry, Shadow, you weren't around at this point. Nice boss fight.
Thanks. Always nice when that one goes well. If he gets a shot off on you, it can really like mess up your rhythm, and if it does, then it all goes, you know, to pot.
Nah, Sonic Speedrun's going to pot. Name a more iconic duel.
All right, Rusty.
Down.
Yeah.
Rusty 2, yes. So Rusty 2 here is going to be a lot of fun. We are going to have a little bit more. We're going to see bigger jumps here this time, using the slopes to our advantage, more of the ballet dancing spin, and then keeping an eye on where the Knuckles statues are pointing, because they do actually help you out. Cool little nod to Hidden Palace there with the emerald, little emerald altars, and then the big old spin there as well. You're going to go for the bounce up to the top there. Very nice. Needs to get the fire dash onto the spin there. And we're going to jump over. The really important thing here is that HUDs is trying to keep a hold of this fire shield. Needs to keep hold of it because it will help in the future. Really nice jump over there. Going to keep running with the speed grabs, the speed shoes. About turn to go around the other side. Keep going. Just run straight across that. We're trying to meet a certain cycle right now. So down the bottom, going to make sure we don't get bodied on the other side on the way up. We're going to see what cycle on. Yep, that's fine. And then straight over, just hold the button. Look at that, Newman. And we're going to have Boogie down with the boss. Time to boogie. It's time to boogie. A boogie woogie. Fang's waiting on us. It's like, I see you're ready to fight me again. Oh my god, it's a giant Eggman robot. So then we run away with the boogie hands here. Jumping on the hands. Look at that going. Look at him going. He's just moving with it. It's like, yeah. He's got the moving. He's moving. And then just look at that. Look at that chaos mural that's been destroyed there. Little nod to Sonic Adventure. Love it.
I really enjoy seeing Shadow of the Colossus in 2D.
Best comment about this game ever.
Oh. All right, HUDs, you want to explain where you are now?
Why do the clowns always follow me? That's all I want to say. We're at Spring Stadium. Guess what? There's springs everywhere. I hate this level. It's so tricky.
It is a very, very trolly level here, but it's also a difficult level because you need to make sure you get specific things like that invincibility. That is really important because we're going to be using the invincibility to run our way through here. You need to land on the life box and then get yourself through there, dodging all the spikes. You can see why the invincibility is needed, and then making sure you don't get crushed as we keep running on the cycle here. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're okay.
I'm the big ring.
Don't go in that. Yeah, thank you. Run the other side. We don't want to go into special stages. Special stages are bad. But this is a very, very nice speedy stage so far. It is doing very well right now. Gonna have to get up to the boss area very soon. And now we're gonna have fun with Tails Dog. Dun, dun, dun. So HUDs, explain how the manipulation on this boss works.
Yeah, so this first part of the boss, whoops, wrong way, that's fine, we can fix that. This first part of the boss is 3 hits, just like that. And what I'm doing is manipulating his positioning. That's not where I want you to be. So the first 3 hits are fairly safe. The next ones are a little more tricky. You see he's turned evil. And what I'm trying to do is keep him now in this bottom corner while avoiding his hits. And I need to move myself back to the corner as well for the quickest hits. And all the meanwhile, trying to keep hold of this fire shield just like that, because this now opens up a massive time save for us in the next level, where I can now take Knuckles' route using this fire shield. It's incredibly difficult, so I'm just going to concentrate here.
Yeah, trying to carry the shields through the levels is really, really important in this particular game because, as Hud said there, it unlocks different access or different level access for you. So we're going to be taking the unintended route for Sonic here. We're going to go the Red Boys route using the red shield, so it makes sense. But you can see, just trying to get the line up here to try and get the jump up to the other side to get round. It is pretty difficult to get over there, making sure you don't fall down, but it allows you to dash all the way through things. Now, obviously, losing the shield will be a really bad thing, so hopefully we don't see that happening right now.
Invincibility for safety.
Oh, no, that you don't have to tell me for that. Like, you can see those jumps there. One missed jump is where you're in trouble. There are spikes in the ground there. If you don't get the fire dash at that part, you ain't getting through. If you don't have the invincibility at the side of the spike, there goes your shield. If you miss your shield halfway through the route, you're going to have to go back. Yes, that block is going to crush you. Again, the difficulty on this game is a solid 5 out of 7. Don't want to get the lightning shield there because that gets rid of the fire shield that you need. Again, a nice point that you can see here is even though Huds is currently invincible, you can still use the fire shield ability to get that horizontal speed. I'm hearing all the bounces and all the doings and all the nonsense coming through there. Spin dash coming in up to the top right now. Going to see on the cycle, Huds is waiting for the right time to jump up there. That is time-based. And now we get the wonkiest of barrels to give you a big old jump. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Big old jump height there, straight over. Spins dash to the right-hand side. And we'll be heading up towards the boss area. Once again, grabbing the invincibility. Big spring up. And now, meet tiny hands. You've got big arms. This is tiny arms. But be careful, because tiny arms can still crush you. So just waiting for the boss to come down. You want him to go to the top and then slam down, because you can get a couple of more hits on that one. But going from each side there allows Hud to grab them. Good old small arms. Hey! Goodbye, small arms. We hardly knew you. Whew. Good job, Hud. Now you can chill out a little bit.
Ha, funny.
Thanks. Guess where we're going next, folks? Heading off to Diamond Dust Zone.
Woo! And of course, we have our required snowboarding section.
Mandatory snowboarding section. Oh, yeah.
So just doing these little jumps on the steeper slopes just to build up a little more speed and skip a few sections.
And then hopefully going to use the fire shield to keep us hold of some of that momentum as we run right through the freeze mechanic there. That is nice. Very smooth. Getting the bounces across some of the enemies here. Needs to make sure to know when to roll because, again, there's a lot of enemies that are in the way. Little flickies getting frozen because, again, like Sonic 3D Blast, there are flickies in the enemies here. However, unlike 3D Blast, we don't actually need to collect them and send them into the big ring. It is literally a case of play the game like you would any other classic Sonic game. It's wonderful. This little fire dash recovery. Get back onto the other side there. Springs up towards the top side. Going to roll down round the loop on the way to the end section here. Jumps up on the spring. Second spring obtained. Third spring up. Fourth spring there. Nice set of springs there. Harder than it looks on that one because your bounces do not line up even though you think that they would. We're going to go through now. We're going to grab another shield. This is the 3D Blast shield. This is the homing attack shield. It is a very powerful shield. Huds needs to keep a hold of this for the foreseeable future, especially on the boss fight. Because this boss here, we're going to see the Egg Robo, but it is a powered up version of Egg Robo. But we're going to see E10 Gamma, E103 Gamma, I don't know, E1017 at this point. Just trying to get those homing attacks on that one so you can hit them in the air with the jet booster. Otherwise, the boss is going to drop all the bombs. Nice stun lock on that one. Don't have to worry about it. Takes it through.
Very nice. So you've seen us pull the fire shield all the way through from Rusty Ruin to all the way through Spring Stadium into Diamond Dust 1. We're going to be picking up another shield now in Diamond Dust 2, the electric shield. This one is vital. Absolutely vital to maintaining the speed in Speedrun because we need it in order to do Knuckles' route in Volcano Valley 1 coming up after, and it's a minute and a half faster if we have that shield. For that reason, I'm going to concentrate again.
Indeed. So we are going to go through the stage. You've heard just how important this lightning shield is going to be. So Huds is going to have to remember where every single enemy is, basically, you're going to have to remember where every single enemy is. You're going to have to remember where every frozen part is. Oh, and I owned my gob. Okay, never mind. So yeah, getting frozen there means the shield is gone. So Huds, because it was right at the start of the stage there, he's just going to restart, going to grab it again. Going to try and get that shield. And we need to try and hold it. I think you're going to give it, what, maybe 1 or 2 more attempts?
Oh, it's definitely worth doing a few attempts if anything goes wrong.
Yeah. But you do not want to get frozen. You do not want to get hit by enemies. You do not want to land on the spikes. There's a lot of things here that can remove the shield. So I have to be super careful, super safe. And now we're taking an impromptu backup route here. Spin dash, hopefully double jumps to get back up. Runs around. We know where it is. We need to go back. It's a restart.
Why now this level?
Always in practice, never in a run.
I know. I've nailed this every time in practice, and lo and behold, this is what I mean about this game. It can just be brutal for no reason. There's enemies everywhere. There's, obstacles everywhere. Right, here we go. All
right, let's go with this again. 3rd time's the charm, eh? Still looking for those chips.
Why is this ice cannon causing me problems? It never fires.
Sniped. It never fires. Says as it's got you twice. The game is catching up with it. What's your attempt counter at right now? It's catching up for all those attempts.
Oh, dear.
All right, here we go. At this point, it's obviously not faster to be going for this, but it is something that's really cool, and we do want to show it off. So, again, this is why we have a really strong estimate as well. 35 there. Believe it or not, can still come under it. So here's why you need the lightning shield. Double jumps up on around this area. Spinning dash through. Going to go onto this area. Going to make sure we don't launch up because there's spikes in that ceiling. And we're going to run on the inside here. Going to use a double jump there instead of the spring. That is fine. Fall down at the right point. Going to about turn on ourselves, making sure we don't get hit by that cannon. And then we're going to double down here and then spin dash over. And believe it or not, we are through the area. Bit of a maze on that one if you don't know where it is you're going. We're going to head off into the boss right now. And hopefully we don't get snowman. So the Diamond Dust 2 boss here is going to drop down the snowman. You need to just make sure the snowman himself isn't a pain in the butt. But we're getting the snowman there, that's fine. Nice bounce, wait for the snowman. Nice bounce, wait for the snowman. Gets the hit and through. Nice job, buddy.
So the last time I ran this at a marathon, I lost the lightning shield right there on the boss.
Oh.
At that point, it's too late to go back.
Oh, yeah.
So very pleased to keep it. This unlocks, I know we've actually lost 1.5 minutes doing this, but it's going to unlock 1.5 minutes of time save now in Volcano Valley 1. That's why it's so important.
Yeah, we're going to see Knuckles' route in action again. Generally, the areas that have Knuckles' route are areas where you have to climb with Knuckles or he has to break through certain walls. So you saw in Spring Stadium, Fire Shield allowing you to break through walls that are meant to be Knuckles only. In this particular level, you're going to see a lot of areas that take advantage of the double jump that the Lightning Shield has. That's giving you that extra height that you need to get through these areas that Knuckles would only otherwise be able to do. Once again, grabbing the invincibility though, because the invincibility will keep you alive. So you can see here, jumping on the spikes allows you to go through. Spin dash on the lovely little area there. And then very soon, we're going to get to the area where Soda Nuck is going to begin to lose lives, unfortunately. We're going to just see the end of this level again, just jumping up and through this segment. Very nice. Down, and then jump to get around there. Down the little tube, and we're safe. Very nice, buddy.
Thank you. So yeah, that's 1 minute and 10 seconds of time save already. We're at the boss in 50 seconds. Normally it takes 2 minutes. Now if I can get all these jumps right, I can save a further ½ minute on this climb section here because the lava will actually start to catch me up. So the faster I go, the faster I can actually do this.
Rubber banding lava.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for, rubber banding. So if I jump up here, oh look, the lava's right below me.
Now, Huds.
Hello.
I need you to be a good boy and not break the game this time.
I can't promise.
You can't promise. All right, then. We got Metal Knuckles coming through here. And Huds, in true speedrunner fashion, managed to get this big explosion, that one there, to constantly spawn, and Hud's got absolutely wrecked. So Hud's is going to manipulate Metal Knuckles here to make sure he always spin dashes the same way, dodges the fire, jumps back up, gets the damage boost, gets another couple of hits on him, and away he goes. Nice. No glitches this time. Glitches is cheating.
It is. Although we're going to do some glitches next.
Oh, yeah. So Soda Nuck Loses Lives is a cool little cheat code / parameter that you put in the executable that enables you to do the trick that you're about to see. So the engine that this game is made has slight problems with collision sometimes, where if it thinks you're in an object that you're not supposed to be in, it is just going to zip you up. So just like that, Hud's is zipped all the way up and skipped half the level. We're going to do that a second time, but it's a little bit harder to do the second time because we're going to have to do a specific jump with the fire shield and then about turn as we're lining. Oh, wow. Nicely done. So that right there is you are timing a fire dash boost to go to the right, and then you are pressing left just as you touch the breakable wall. And because the breakable wall is curved, you then get pushed into the ceiling that then takes you right to the boss there. So we just clipped through basically the entire volcano. And then because we have the fire shield here, this boss literally only uses fire, so it is thrilling gameplay.
At that point, I think, Scarlet, this is a good time to jump in if you'd like.
Oh, it has been absolutely wonderful to watch as y'all's commentary is on fire, just like the shield.
Way. I'm living for these puns. I'm living for this.
But right now, we still have some donation bids that you can put forth your money towards for runs coming up. We still have Metroid Fusion, where we're either going to save or kill those animals. We have Free Enterprise, where we'll have to choose if we're having a stylish or a silly boss. Also, for King's Quest Mask of Eternity, we have something called the Birthday Suit Armor? ? So those are all wonderful things, wonderful incentives you can put your donation towards here at Winter Pride 2022, where we're supporting the Trevor Project, a absolutely wonderful cause, and I'm sure y'all can find something in this marathon that ignites your passion, tickles your fancy, and is just good to put your money towards. I'll kick it on back though to our wonderful Sonic team here.
Thank you very much. We in Giga!
Giga. This is Gene Gadget, aka one of the hardest stages in the video game, and that is because you are outside, you are in the rain, and you still have a fire shield. How do you still have a fire shield, Huds?
Don't question it. Don't question it.
I have to question it. This is not how the laws of physics work. But no, in all seriousness, we have that little enemy there who's a bit of a troll, but not getting caught by it. We are going around the tube maze here. This makes it an official Sonic game. We have the tubes, but we know the route that we want to take on this one. Giga 1 is not the hard one. Giga 2 is the one where we're going to be having a little bit of some problems here. But we're going to be coming up to the boss fight, and we're going to have a little bit of fun on this one, aren't we, Huds?
We're
going to give you some RNG here, hoping for good RNG for good bosses. There are 5 bosses, 5 metal variant bosses.
What a start, really?
And you got the worst one. Alright, so this is the worst one to get because this boss reacts based on your positioning. So Huds is trying very hard to manipulate this boss into going into the corners so he can spin dash and get some hits off him. He needs to kill. That's a really good kill there. Then we're getting Metal Sonic from Sonic 2, deliberately losing the fire shield here so we can use the insta shield to get those hits. Using the damage boosting, going to grab the other couple of hits and we're going to get another set off. Once we get the set off, we're going to have our last Sonic activate. Let's pray for Mecha Sonic. And who are we getting? Yo, we get the Mecha Grabber Ring. No, you've been yeeted over into Mecha Sonic there by Metal Sonic there. The duo coming out to play. Mecha Sonic exactly the same as Sonic 3's counterpart, so you should be able to take him out relatively easy there as the slide backward comes out. Hud's handling it like a champ. Actually getting that first one was really good. Like, you managed to handle him quite nicely.
That's one of the best boss fights I've ever done.
Yeah, that was really good. Like, that was
I'll take
really
that. I'll take that.
But yeah, that particular boss fight, it is different every time you go in there. The bosses that come out are entirely random. And if you are unlucky and you do not kill one of them before the others come out, you're going to have a bad time. But now we are in Giga 2. This is the stage where we want a lightning shield, and we want it now. Because a lightning shield here is going to allow us to skip a significant chunk of the level. So here's our lightning shield. We now have a number of lightning walls, lightning barriers that are going to be in our way. However, with the lightning shield, we cannot be affected by them. So we're going to run literally right through them. So this is the Slope of Rage in 2D. But we don't need to worry about any of it or the cycles, and we can literally just run through that barrier. Otherwise, you need to go and press 2 buttons. No button presses, straight through. Big profit. So now we're going to go around the back side of these tubes again, having to be very careful because there's a few Orbinauts in that. We have a few of the little mice here being a pain in the butt as well. We're going to get a number of jumps around this segment because this segment is faster if you get the precise jumps that you need. Doing the peel out, try and get the jump on the slope, to then use the double jump to get up and around the other side. Going to push us towards the boss arena. So we're coming down now. We're going to keep an eye on the enemies, making sure we jump under them while they jump over us, which is nice for us. Rounding down the bottom, making sure we're holding left to get into the center area there. Through the other barrier, hits the button, waits until the wall comes up because it will crush you. Now we have the boss fight. So on the conveyor belts here, we're going to get the quick hits on this segment. And then Huds is going to play a little bit risky because the boss is going to start moving. And now Huds is going to try and get some double jumps here. That way we don't have to wait on the boss. So we're going to get a 2. And we're going to go down on and get one more. And then not land on that. Nice. Keeping out the lightning shield. Very good. Once again, wanting to keep the shields. Keeping the shields through the stages is really important. And also really, really annoying.
Yeah. So we obviously have some backup shields in the route, but they're not everywhere. So there is a backup at the start of Panic Puppet 1, but I need the shield all the way to the end of this level. So once I get past this initial bit, there's no more backups. We just have to go for it. And welcome to the run killer, is all I can say to this one.
Yep, literally the run killer here. There is so much that can go wrong, and I'm telling you right now, not to jinx Huds, but Huds is going to fail this stage by grabbing the bubble shield. So we're going to go through.
Thanks for reminding me.
If it happens, I'm so sorry. So this stage is a literal maze. If you have never played this game before, you will probably time over on this one because even we didn't realize where the heck this stage actually was and where we were supposed to go on it. But we are going to spin dash our way through the launch base pipes here. And then we're going to run down towards the bottom side. We're going to grab this, do a peel out, big old jump up soon to get up there with the double jump. And then keep on jumping, keep on jumping, keep on jumping. You get the hint. And we're going to keep going around here. And then we're going to have another area that's going to move us down. We're going to be very careful on the jumps here into this one. God, that felt like it took forever to actually spin and move. Jeez.
Oh, it does. There we go.
So we're going to come out here. We're going to run our way across. Again, holding down to stay in ball form. That way, if we run into any enemies, they will be destroyed. If you think the stage is bad, just wait until you get to the boss. The boss is the reason we are trying to keep a hold of this shield here. Because it makes the boss so much easier. We're going to do the jumps up. And once again, just running our way through. We're going to make sure we get the spin dash over, rounding, stay all the way down. Taking the enemy, getting the double jump there before the mine goes off. Going around, we're going to have this next symbol area. I'm going to go up and then not take out the enemy there. Thank you very much. Okay, running under that one. Into there. Nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, that's such a tricky level. Go on.
However, the trickiness is only beginning. Welcome to the boss.
So the first time I ever played through this game, I got stuck on this boss for nearly an hour and a half. It is so hard.
The first part of this boss, if you've played Rocket Knight Adventures, it may look kind of familiar to you. We have to deliberately bait the boss's attacks, and then when the boss attacks, we'll get a weak spot. We need to hit that weak spot, ideally twice. So we're going to go through, and that's going to spawn up onto the 10 o'clock position there. We're having our buddy Tails there. We're trying to make sure we don't get grabbed in the wrong spot, because if we do, we are in trouble. But then we get phase 2. I am praying that you get good laser RNG.
Me too.
Okay, so here we go. On that one. Yeah, here we go. So what is going to happen next His Eggman is going to be attacking similarly using the ship from Sonic 3's Marble Zone. The boss will deliberately move over to each side using a specific attack. So if he's on the left-hand side, he's grabbing the, he'll come from the left. If he goes to the right-hand side, he's on the right. If he goes up the top, he's going to come from the top side. If he's down the bottom, he's going to come from the bottom. The attack we're looking to see is the laser attack, but all he's doing right now is throwing drills. Nice hit on the underside there. We're looking for the laser attack. Oh, you dodged that one. That's fine. He's going to come up from the underside now. We do not want to get that there because he will hit. He's going to come from the left because that was on the left side of the screen. He's going to come from the right because he's on the right-hand side of the screen. He's firing those drills, so he is going to go up. So hopefully, there's the double hit. I think that may have been a triple, actually.
That was a triple.
Oh, baby, a triple. It's not giving you the lasers at all. That's really annoying.
Oh, now I get it.
Hey!
With 2 hits to go.
Yeah, but fair enough. So now you can see why now you can see why you want that laser attack there. That laser attack allows the boss just to sit in the corner. You can double jump with the lightning shield above his hitbox and get lots and lots of hits on him. But unfortunately, he just kind of trolled. Sorry, bud.
It happens. Yeah, like the best RNG you can get, you're always going to get the first swipe left. You're always going to get another swipe afterwards. The third cycle, if you like, is the earliest you can get the laser, and if you get it at that point, you can just finish the boss off straight away. And the difference in that boss can be anywhere. Like, get it early and you can save yourself up to like a minute and a half. But anyway, here we are in our final level of the game. It's not over just yet. This is Panic Puppet 2.
Oh yes, we're gonna spin on the nuts there as we're going to run our way through the final stage of the video game. We're going to see nice big jumps. We're going to grab the fire shield because the fire shield's speed is much better than the double jump from the lightning shield. Something interesting that wasn't pointed out yet with the fire shield, that the fire shield's dash can actually be used the moment that you jump. So if you do 2 inputs really, really fast, you can get a massive boost with the fire shield speed without actually having to do the jump, which is really, really nice. But we are going to need to use that, especially towards this bottom section here, because there's a big jump over one of the pools of water. We're also going to keep on running on these conveyor belts. We're going to try and jump over them because they're really slow. Here's the big jump. Hey!
And made the 48 cycle.
And getting the 48 cycle on the platform's beautiful. That means you're on a really good pace to get up, and up, straight in there. Very tight. HUDs knows the timing perfectly to come through. Dodging the normal shield there because we still want to keep the fire shield. The fire shield is going to help us as we go into the facility and then up to the boss fight. So down into the facility here, we're going to come around on the inside. Make sure you don't get that not the wrong way, because if you go on it too fast, it'll crush you. 1. Bring. And straight up to the boss fight. Lovely.
All the way to the boss. So any of you that play 3D Blast, you might recognize this boss. This is it in 2D form, but it's a very faithful recreation, I will say.
Absolutely. So you're going to see the hands swing down here, trying to get hits on the boss, and get 2 times each time the fist comes down. Making sure we keep a hold of the fire shield, because phase 2 is really, really important. So 1, 2, there we go. We're going to jump down into phase 2, which of course is the flamethrower. So when the boss slides down on this, we're going to wait for the flamethrowers to come out, and we're then going to grab the hits on this one. Time is coming up, I believe, on the fade out here. We'll call it up, but the fade out comes out after phase 3, which is the hardest phase of them all. So 1 more hit on that, 1 more hit on the last one, and then of course the final one is the Skittles. The question is though, how many Skittles are we going to see, and will we be getting trolled by it? Normally, the fire shield will protect you from projectiles, but the game can be a little bit of a troll at a time. So we're just going to get a couple of hits on there. You see that the projectile was deflected, which is really, really nice. We do not want to rely on that, because there is a chance that it can be an absolute pain and remove your shield from you.
Oh, you might not know this. The latest version which we're running on, it's been fixed.
Yay!
Literally got fixed this week. We're talking a few days ago.
Yay!
But that's the final hit on the boss. We're going to hit the fade out. Time's coming up in about 5 seconds. And time!
Yay!
Oh.
Yay!
I'm still cheering for their shield being fixed.
That is Sonic 3D in 2D, a wonderful fan game made by Sotanuk. Again, you can download it for free. Just Google Sonic 3D in 2D. There's so much more to this game, so many different characters, even more than the ones you're seeing on screen right now, secrets. Yeah, it's a very, very difficult playthrough if you're, even as a seasoned Sonic gamer, 2D gamer, whatever you might be, it's still a very difficult playthrough, but the speed run, when you get it right, is just so sweet. I absolutely love it. So yeah, first off, I just want to say a huge thank you, Ark, for joining me and carrying comms. This game requires all my concentration, so it's always a pleasure to have you here and knowing that you can just deal with that while I focus.
It's an absolutely solid game. Like, the fact that you can run it and finish it in 32 minutes is amazing. And yeah, it is up there on the difficulty charts. But thank you for inviting me. It is always a pleasure to commentate your runs. It is good fun. I hope folks all enjoyed it. And yeah, it's been great being on Power Up with Pride.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to take a quick moment to acknowledge something very important to me. It was almost a year ago to the day, it was on the 31st of December last year, that the Sonic community lost a very dear friend of ours, the Only Kid. Their passing was a great source of sadness within our community, and we miss them terribly each and every day. They were a huge fan of Sonic 3D Blast. They still have like one of the best TASes ever made for that. So getting to run this game, I kind of feel like that connection to Kid. Their impact they had on me as a new speedrunner was immeasurable. Their advice has stuck with me throughout my journey and will continue to resonate with me for years to come. The Trevor Project was a charity that was favored heavily by the Only Kid. It's a genuine honor to be here at Power Up with Pride as an ally of the LGBTQ+ community, helping to raise money for a charity that they loved so much, and also helping you all to achieve the equality that you deserve. Kid once said that despite all my life experiences and age, there are so many things I still don't know about myself. I'm still trying to learn so much about myself, so it's okay if you are too. Understand that. You don't have to have all the answers no matter how old you are. So whether you're gay, bi, lesbian, non-binary, trans, pansexual, or any other part of the community, please know from me that you are valid, you are loved, your presence and contributions to those around you is immeasurable too. And while the Only Kid may be gone, their spirit lives on. And while we keep those we love in our memories, they never truly die. GNU, the Only Kid.
GNU, the Only Kid.
Thank you all so much for I'm just genuinely touched. That was very sweet. Thank you all so much for that wonderful message. Thank you all to HUDs, to Ark, to all of our wonderful Sonic runners for this Sonic block. It's been absolutely fantastic. We're going to come back in just a bit